Good evening. I am Anthony Gadson, Senior Pastor of the St. Peter Baptist Church, 7110 Bay Street in Elko, South Carolina. And this is Pastor Gadson's Nightcap for January the 19th, 2016. And it's my birthday. So let me begin by thanking you. I thank you. I have heard from so many of you. Facebook text messages and calls and various forms of media wishing me a happy birthday, and I want you to know I really appreciate it. I feel the love, and I want you to know that I love you back, and better than that, God loves us all. I've been celebrating since Friday, and it's just been wonderful. Now, this is the third nightcap. We started on January the 17th, and the response has simply been overwhelming. So many have contacted me and thanked me and said, please keep it up. I've had some say, Reverend, that's going to get hard to do every night, but I'm trying my best. So many have said, please keep it up. I need that. I'm going to be winding down with you every night, and it's across the board. Listen, it's not a man thing, it's not a woman thing, it's not a black thing or a white thing. I've heard from men, women, boys, girls, and across ethnic lines, both publicly and privately. And I'm so pleased that he is being a blessing to you through me. Now tonight I want to tell you simply this: there is nothing too hard for God. There is nothing too hard for God. Let me say it again for those that might not have heard me in the back. That's how we have to do it on Sunday morning. There is nothing too hard for God. If you have the faith, God has the power. Look, there are only two parts to the equation: you and God. You and God. Now, this is bearing in mind that we're not talking about prayers that would cause him to violate his character, because he's not going to violate his character for us. We as dust cannot dictate to divinity. Your prayer, the two parts are your prayer, his power; your petition, his power; your faith, and his power. So if something is missing, if there's a problem, if there's a breakdown, how many of you know if the two elements are you and God, the part that's falling short would have to be you? Because there is nothing too hard for God. If you have the faith, he has the power. The problem must be with your faith, because the problem is not with his power. There is nothing too hard for God. Sometimes I think we try to help God out too much, as if he needs our help, but he doesn't need our help. We need his help. Sometimes you just need to get out of the way, sit back, and let him work. Take your hands off it and let him work. His strength is made perfect in our weakness. Let him work. Philippians 4:6 says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving let your requests be made known unto God. When you're dealing with issues that seem beyond your control, I invite you to pray and then sit back and meditate and see if you don't hear that still small voice whispering in your ear, asking the question, is there anything too hard for me? Is there anything too hard for me? I am God. Is there anything too hard for me? Let me call you tonight to cast all of your cares upon him. Go to bed and rest easy, because he truly cares for you. God bless you. Good night. We'll see you soon at the St. Pete.